L'chaim!
And we're back. The Matzo Ball Soup, episode 4. Holy moly. Can't believe we made it this far.
Haven't seen you in
Alert
what
the
has it been?
presses.
A week?
Yeah,
You have a good week?
Yeah, I had a good week. Did alright.
Let's just talk about how on Monday it was negative 10 degrees, and on Thursday it was 55 degrees.
55 and raining, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But that's like how things go down here in the Northeast.
I hate rain,
We
by the way.
celebrate 4 seasons in 1 week. But actually, we don't actually have 4 seasons here. We have...
Not anymore.
We have, what is it, winter, spring,
I think
and then
your dog just fell
construction.
down the steps.
Yeah, the dog is just, he heard us press record. So he's like, I gotta come over here and make as much noise as possible.
Right?
I don't understand how that works.
He just wanted to come get
It's just
pet.
unbelievable. Such a dick.
Yeah. Go lay down.
So,
I guess one thing we were talking about earlier is, for those of you out there listening, and it's the 4th episode, so I'm guessing there's nobody listening.
nobody.
But just in case there's one person.
There will be.
You can find us on Instagram at the Matzo Ball Soup.
The matzo ball soup.
And then we have an email, which is thematzoballsoup@gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
So if you got questions, show ideas, anything that you want to hear, just reach out to us on those platforms. Share it with your friends. See, what type of following we can gather from that.
Yeah, let us know what you think. It's important.
Yeah, I mean, we're open to ideas. We're just testing different things out. But more or less, this is just about 2 old friends catching up and shooting the shit.
Yeah.
I guess I say old with a grain of salt.
My dog's drinking out of his
Yeah,
bowl now.
well, listen, I guess I'll take a nice
Everything he can do. I mean, it's like the whole time we were hanging out talking about the show today, just like chit chatting.
Yeah, he was
The dogs were not here. The minute I pressed record, he like flew down the stairs and was like, "I'm gonna be as loud as possible. I want to be on the show too."
They want to be a part of it.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I love it. It's
I
like
can respect that.
They got good energy about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess your dog's taking a drink. Speaking of drink, appreciate the coffee here.
They're our first fans. Oh man.
Do you drink black coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, as well.
I used to put sugar and milk in it.
Okay.
When I was younger. I guess that's how I started. Like, when I drink coffee, mostly sugar and milk with like a shot of coffee.
Right.
But now it's like, I don't know. It's like anything, like whiskey or scotch or...
It's just straight,
Just
the way it was
straight, yeah.
intended to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Acquired tastes.
So back in the day, they didn't even drink water. Like, they just drank straight alcohol. Like,
I think
right? Like,
whiskey and water was popular.
when was water... Was it clean to drink? Not really.
Water?
Like, back in the fucking day.
Yeah, I mean, stream water was clean back in the day before we started dumping toxins into it all.
I guess that's
time.
true enough.
I think humans had to survive. They drank water out of wells and streams, aquifers, melting ice caps on
That's
mountains, all that shit. So
But mostly alcohol.
I don't think they drank mostly alcohol. I think, in fact, to be legit, I think alcohol actually helped promote society. So, like, the Egyptians, like, when they created beer, by accident, like, it helped because the kind of beer they made had antibiotics in it. Like, it created the fermentation process they used, like, created a form of antibiotic that actually helped, like, ward off disease and, like, help their society blossom.
That's interesting.
It's a pretty crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I guess that's like the first microbrew. The Egyptians.
Well, I think they left wheat out or something, and it rained into their wheat container, and that's how it like fermented overnight. And they were like, "Well, what's this? This is different."
Like, who's the guy that was like, I'm just gonna try it. Like, hey, this went bad, but let me fucking try it anyways, right?
There's always that guy,
Right, that one dude that's like, hey, let me fucking try this. I think the guy that actually invented the flu vaccine or some vaccine, like, had to try it on his family first.
Well, there's been a couple doctors that like injected themselves with disease to see if their cure would work.
Right.
Like, that's happened throughout history for sure.
Which is bananas.
Yeah, but
I guess how would you do it?
how else would you find out?
Unless you could, like, put an ad in the
No
paper.
one's
like,
gonna be
who's
like,
willing to risk their life this weekend?
Yeah, it's like us saying, "Hey, inject me with like the most uncurable disease in the world to see if your idea works."
Works, right.
Yeah,
Which
no
you'll
thanks.
get compensated for, and I'm probably
I'm
going to
dead.
die.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work, I'm dead. Exactly. I mean, like, history is history, but man, I'd rather not be part of history than get fried on a dumb, boneheaded idea.
Yeah, so pretty busy week for me, actually. I was nonstop this whole week. Like, I didn't have a moment to breathe.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess it makes the week go by quick. But, man, it leaves me fucking tired.
Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of the same way, just batting back and forth, so many ideas. One, I listen to probably 7 to 10 hours of like podcasts and shows, just seeing what everybody else is talking about, what's going on out there.
Right.
And
they're talking about nothing.
Seems like people are talking about nothing.
Right,
Exactly.
nothing. It's
so,
just how entertaining can you be to talk about nothing?
Yeah, well, it's not even like we're entertaining. We're probably the worst of the worst, but
Yeah.
at least we're here.
No, we're here. It gives us something to do. Usually we meet, and that's how busy I was this week. Usually
any
we
girls?
meet. No.
Nothing, huh?
Mm-mm. Usually we meet during the week, but I was just so busy. We're here on a Saturday now.
Yeah. Day out.
I'm heading down to Baltimore tonight.
Are you?
Yeah. My cousin's girlfriend is on the UMBC lacrosse team.
Oh, nice.
And they have like this, they call it the bull roast every year.
Which is what, like a frat party?
No, it's like a fundraiser. They sell tickets and it's like a barbecue basically.
Yeah.
To raise money for their team for the year.
Yeah.
To do different events and travel and whatever.
That's pretty cool. They
So go down there. They also have the silent auction as well, which is fun.
Yeah.
So go down there for the night, hang out with my cousin, probably go out tonight, and cool. Hopefully have a good time.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. What else you got going on?
You gonna get sloshed? Get an Uber? Stay down there?
I'm staying down there for sure.
Yeah.
Sloshed? I don't know. It hurts so much the next day. It's just not fucking worth it.
It's so funny you say that. It's so true. It's like you hit a platform, You hit like a level in age where all of a sudden you're like, I can't do it anymore.
No.
I just cannot do it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I remember growing up, like, I could go hard on a Friday, Saturday be like kegs and eggs.
Yeah.
You wake up and just start fucking boozing.
Well, even in my mid to late 20s, like, it was nothing to wake up on Sunday, go have a couple Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
And to just follow that right into... my dog's making noises again. What is your deal, dude?
He really wants to be a part of
He's
this.
like, yeah, can I get a mic? What's going on over here? But anyways, so it's like, I can't, like, you're in your mid-20s, you start drinking like Bloody Marys in the morning. By the afternoon, you're like, it's football time. You're watching the game. You're like, give me a beer.
Yep.
Your buddy's like, hey, I haven't seen you for hours to a shot. Next thing you know, it's like 5 o'clock and you're like blasted. Like, that hasn't happened in so many years. I don't even know the last time I did that. But I can't believe I did that. Like, now, I'm like, I wake up on Sunday, I'm like, I need my coffee. I need my vitamins.
Put your slippers on and read the paper you're 80, like you're 80 years old.
Get on the news, see what's going on, text a couple buddies, see what they're doing, and then like if I watch football, man, that's like it. Like I gotta concentrate.
I remember growing up, like my parents would watch the news and I would be watching cartoons or whatever. And I remember saying to myself, like, I'm always gonna watch cartoons. Like I'm just never gonna watch the news. I'm just gonna always watch cartoons.
Why are they watching the news? They're crazy.
Right. Yeah. I have become my parents. In that regard.
I think part of it's because we actually work, have jobs, pay taxes, and we're like, why am I paying these taxes? And then you hear somebody say something, and you're like, well, I gotta watch the news to find out that's true. And then you hear the news say something dumb, you're like, well, I gotta research that on Google. And then you're like in a click hole for like 4 hours, finding out that your whole existence is a lie.
Have you heard of DuckDuckGo?
DuckDuckGo, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the VPN-free type
search
engine.
Yeah, they don't track you.
They don't track you. Yeah. They don't use your information for
anything.
Advertising,
which is cool. Hopefully
Do you use it?
I have used it. I don't use it regularly. Sadly, I still use Google. They just own me.
They're bastards.
They got me.
That's funny.
But
it's true. They own you.
They do own you.
Well, my problem is like half the stuff I do is through YouTube. I love it.
Right, so it's all connected.
I love YouTube. You know what I mean?
Do you subscribe to that, or you just...
No, I don't get the YouTube Red or anything.
Yeah.
I follow, like, I'd say 5 to 15 different people on YouTube.
That's a big spread, 5 to 15?
Yeah, because they don't always post. You know what I mean?
Saying,
so it's like,
every
week I'll check out to see if they have new videos and what's going on, and sometimes I'll see, 15 different new videos from the people I follow, and then other times it's like only 5 of them posted anything. And then in my recommended list is like stuff from like 2016.
You can get lost in YouTube.
Like, I've reached the bottom twice.
Really?
Yeah.
But I don't even mean like that. I mean like all the suggestions that come up and you just click there and then the next one comes up and it's just like, dude, it could be hours and you're like, holy shit.
I found the algorithm. It's like, whoever's doing YouTube work, trying to find out what's hot and what's not and all that stuff, they basically follow the same pattern. So it's like, for instance, this week might be trending the Life March in DC, and they're all going to say the same thing. Like, nobody on mass media showed how big this was. Everybody just denied it. And all the guys on the right will post that same video. Like, here's how big it was. Here's what wasn't seen. Here's what should have been said. Here's X, Y, and Z.
So it follows the lingo or the language.
Yeah. And then the guys on the left are all writing, the same thing about, the Life March.
But just opposite, but they're using all the same keywords.
Or they won't even talk about the Life March. They'll have their own debate right now. Trump, XYZ,
right.
Roger Stone, Mueller,
Yes.
like they have their talking points for the week that they all. But the left is kind of like lost in the wind with YouTube because mass media is the YouTube version of that, unsubstantiated claims and a lot of like frivolous talking points that sometimes come out like complete trash. On both sides. I'm not taking sides on either side here, but I'm just saying, like, people mess up a lot. I mean, you saw it with a kid with a MAGA hat that had the smirk. Like,
that was crazy.
They totally messed that up. It was so bad.
That was crazy.
I felt bad for the kid. Did you hear about the other kid?
What other kid?
There was a kid that kind of looked like him, and him and his family, like, were having a wedding, and these activists, like, stormed the wedding, bombarded them. They had to, like, fend them off. It ruined their whole weekend.
No kidding.
It was like a whole like crazy.
I didn't see that
happening, and it was all because of this like vitriol from these people towards this kid. And like the kid was like, if you watch everything that went down, the kid was he was kind of like being whatever you want to call it, but he wasn't being that much of a dick to say you're gonna ruin his life. And they're kids, they're children. You know what I mean? Like, I think when I was a child, if half the stuff that I did came to light. Oh my God! If there was video cameras around me when I was a kid, I'd be in a hole somewhere. I'd be in like the Siberian like
just escaping reality.
Like digging ditches or something. I don't know. Completely out of this world.
Dude, I might need a second cup of coffee here.
Oh, there's plenty in there, man.
Perfect. I had a candy bar last night, and I knew coming here today that I wanted to bring this up because I want to get your thought. So, I had a Reese's Nutrageous. Have you ever had a Nutrageous? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. That could be my favorite candy bar.
Really?
I think so. I don't know. So, So my question to you is, what's your favorite candy bar?
My favorite candy bar of all time.
How about we say top 3? Let's go top 3 because I have some other ones I could throw into the mix.
Top 3 would be Butterfinger.
Ooh, love me a Butterfinger. Yeah. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you do anything special when you eat a Butterfinger?
Sometimes I have it broken up and put into a blizzard.
Okay, but I meant like just straight up eating it. Like, I like to eat all the chocolate off the Butterfinger.
Oh my God.
And then consume the what is it, toffee?
It's like a peanut butter toffee, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like real
and then I consume that, and it is amazing. Yeah. I think it takes it to the next level.
Yeah, I just like to shove it in my face as big chunks as I can.
Yeah.
I have this weird thing, like when I eat food, I don't like to take little bits of it. I like to shove as much in my mouth as possible. Bless you.
Thank you.
I like to shove as much in my mouth as possible and eat that. And just, like, I don't know, it's ridiculous. Like, sometimes I'll sit down and eat with people, and I'll be done eating, like, within 2-3 minutes, and they're still nibbling for like an hour.
I don't know if we said this. I feel like I said this on maybe the first podcast, but I don't know. When we were growing up and we were at Leader Heights Elementary School, I dared a buddy of ours, Dan. I don't know if you remember who Dan is. How fast he could eat a Twinkie, and he took me up on that challenge and ended up throwing it down. But you know how like it's like thick?
Yeah.
And he started choking.
Really?
Right there in the lunchroom. Like it was bad. Like everybody was laughing, which it's not really a laughing matter.
Right.
But he was legitimately choking on the Twinkie.
Turning purple and shit.
Yeah. So needless to say, he didn't finish in a fast time.
Dude, I hope that I hope it never find out who Dan was because choking on a Twinkie sounds so bad.
A real Twinkie, not a cock.
real Twinkie, yeah. I used to like Twinkies, but the thing about Twinkies, they gotta be fresh.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like when it's soft and it's moist and it's there, moist. You know that word that so many people hate.
Hate that word.
Like that's the best.
Why do people hate that word?
I don't know why people are offended by language. Period. It's such a weird thing.
That is weird. Okay, so Butterfinger. What else? What else you got?
Oh right. So Butterfinger, score bars.
Really?
I like.
What are you, fucking 88 years old? Score bars?
Dude, they're so good. It's toffee. It's toffee again. It's like hard.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't think I've ever had a score bar.
Really? It's like a Butterfinger, but caramel.
I'm not a huge caramel fan.
Well,
Is it caramel or caramel?
Depends on how much it costs, I guess. I don't know.
That's what she said.
That's exactly right.
Okay, so score. That's a weak selection, but that's fine. To each his own.
And then my number 3 in there would be between Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Snickers.
Okay, so do you like the Reese's Big Cup?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not as good as like the little ones. The little ones are the best. Like not the little ones.
Yeah, you mean like the normal.
Like the normal ones.
The original.
I do like the little ones, but the little ones are like they're bad.
You mean the Reese's Minis?
Yeah,
in the foil.
Yeah,
yeah.
Those are bad because like I could probably eat 15 of them, and I think I just ate one.
Yeah,
They're just so easy to pop. Like,
well, have you had the Reese's, the mini minis? They're like,
oh yeah,
they're even smaller, and they come unwrapped.
Yeah.
You're literally eating it like
handfuls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's bananas. So I definitely like the Big Cup better than the original, and now they got like the Big Cup with Reese's Pieces
Inside.
in it.
Yeah, I saw.
Next level shit right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about the eggs like during?
Oh yeah, phenomenal.
During the Easter.
The Reese's eggs or the Cadbury eggs?
Cadbury eggs. Oh my god.
It's okay.
I was talking about Reese's eggs, but let's talk about Cadbury eggs. Forget everything else we just said. We have to talk about Cadbury eggs.
They're okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had like a Butterfinger or a Cadbury egg there, I'm taking the Butterfinger.
Oh, that's interesting.
I mean, if you had actually, if you had a Score bar or a Cadbury egg, what one would you take?
That's interesting. I guess it's the time of the year plays a role too.
Right.
See, the thing is, I can get a Score bar all year long.
100%.
Cadbury eggs come out for like 2 months. You know, you got to grab them while you can, and that's it. So, I mean, that plays a big role. So if it's like, let's say it's right now, and you bust.
Well, they're out. I think they're
egg,
out.
Are they? Well, okay.
I think they're out.
Let's say it's August, and you busted out a Cadbury egg
from having it from like you got it back
whatever.
in the spring.
They don't go bad. You had them in the fridge. Who knows? You
Right.
know what I mean? Chocolate doesn't like rot. You know.
Well, it does change, but it's still always
Yeah,
good.
it's gonna be all right. So let's just say, I mean, like think about most chocolates in like grocery stores and stuff. That stuff might have been sitting on that shelf for like 8 months, 9 months.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I only know this because I worked for the Hershey Company.
What, they rotate them out? They come out and grab them like beer?
It gets rotated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the longest it might be sitting there?
Yeah, I mean, it could be 8 months, certainly.
Up to 8 months, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so there you go.
You most likely because it's getting purchased anyways.
Right.
But generally speaking, if you have a bar that's not so popular, like the Score bar, then it would get have to probably.
I gotta
get
give
rotated.
love to the Score bar, man.
Listen. You're probably one of the only humans that would say. Although I guess they still make them and sell them, so there's got to be plenty of people.
They're bangers, man. They're bangers. Well, it's like I don't know. When I was a kid, I'd go to my aunt's house and she had those like little Red Hots.
Yo, I love those things.
You know what I mean? She always had them like in a crystal ball.
Yeah, which is gross if you think about it.
Yeah, because everyone's reaching in it. And it's sitting out there for like months. But,
Talk about 8 months.
Yeah, that's true. But man, those were so banging, but you can't find them anywhere. Like, where do you find them at the store? You have to go to, I don't know, I don't even know where my aunt got them. Like, when I see them like at a fair or something, I'm like, oh my God.
You're talking about like the little things that almost look like a Tic Tac, but
They look like hearts.
burn the fuck out of your mouth.
Yeah, they look like little hearts.
Yeah.
Like little hearts. Where do you buy them?
I don't know. I've
I
never.
rest my case, Your Honor. See what
I would assume the candy section in a store. No.
Yeah, I don't know. I never saw them. I can tell you where you get circus peanuts, and I don't even like those things.
My dad loves those.
I used to like them.
I like them.
My roommate in college loved them.
They're good. People think they're gross. I think they're good.
That's another case of freshness.
Yeah. Oh, those definitely have to be
when
fresh.
They're fresh, they're bangers.
Yeah.
When they get like 2 days old, forget it.
No,
Just
forget
throw
it.
them
Yeah,
away.
2 days old, like 2 hours.
2 hours.
Fucking done.
Once you crack it,
if you don't consume it
eat
within
them right away.
milliseconds,
yeah,
it's fucking
over.
terrible.
They're disgusting.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say mine is. I'm telling you, Nutrageous, Reese's
They're
Nutrageous,
pretty good. Yeah.
up there.
Yeah. I had my phase with them. I did.
I love them.
Yeah.
The Reese's Big Cup and I think a Butterfinger.
What about a Payday?
Okay.
Okay.
I like the 100-gram bar.
It's there. 100-gram bar. Wow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How about a Kit Kat?
Yeah, love
Give
me
me
a
a
Kit
break of
Kat.
that.
Yep,
Yeah.
love me a Kit Kat. Now, let me tell you something. When I used to work for the Hershey Company, I actually got to eat a Kit Kat off the line.
Yeah. Like it was still warm.
Like it was fucking warm off the line. Same with the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I
Yeah.
got to eat off the line.
Changed your mind, huh?
It's
Blew you
game
up a
changer.
little
No,
bit.
an absolute game changer. And I actually got to eat some of the peanuts
Yeah.
before they were ground into peanut butter.
Yeah, yeah. What
Which
about
was-
a Payday?
Paydays are alright.
They're a
Not
little.
bad.
They're like a little bit of a tease. You get that little bit of peanut, a little bit of chocolate.
Yeah, I like the Mr. Good bar,
Mr. Good
which is
bars.
sort of like a Payday, give or
Yeah.
take.
Yeah, you're right.
Payday's got caramel in it or no?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so it's Mr. Good bar doesn't. That's the difference between the two, I think.
Right, right,
yeah.
right. You're right.
Love a Mr. Good Crackle.
Oh my god, a crackle. Yeah.
Love a crackle.
Crackle, yeah. What about white chocolate? What do you
yeah.
feel about white chocolate?
I like white chocolate. I like the cookies and cream
Yeah,
bar.
yeah, yeah.
That's a good one. The Reese's White.
Reese's Whites are bangers.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Good stuff.
See, this is why it's so hard to say I like one over the other. Because there's so many situations where, like, if I busted out 3 or 4 of all these that we're talking about, you'd still be like, can I have all of them?
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I just
100%.
want that one. Like, I want
No, but if you, like, gun to your head, you had to pick the top 3 candy bars that you like or the world's going to blow up.
I mean, I'll tell you what, the one that I ate the most of in my life probably is a Snickers bar.
Original Snickers or the
Original
peanut butter
Snickers.
Snickers? Peanut butter Snickers are pretty good, too.
Yeah, well, we're obviously addicted to peanut butter, the two of us, by the way this conversation is
Yeah.
going.
Yeah,
Like,
fucking
there's somebody out there that's like, oh, these guys are disgusting. All they talk about is peanut butter candies. Fuck them.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Peanut
we're both,
butter's good,
like,
though.
rubbing peanut butter on our nipples and like, oh, God, it's so good.
Right? I usually rub peanut butter on one and jelly on the other.
That's right. Speaking of PB&Js, you like PB&Js?
They do like PB&J.
Yeah. Yeah,
I feel like it
I-
has to be on white bread, though.
Oh, yeah, white bread for sure.
Same with the grilled cheese.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like a grilled cheese, like...
Well, grilled is you can get away a little bit with grilled because you're grilling it with butter and it kind of takes away the flavor. But if you put PB&J on like wheat bread,
Yeah,
you could taste it.
Yeah,
You
it's
taste
not-
the bread.
yeah.
Yeah. And you can't go oaty bread, like anything that's like oats and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, no. It's
like,
got to be straight white.
yeah.
Do you like more jelly or more peanut butter?
I think I'm a 50-50 guy. But
Really?
like it's hard to go more with the jelly because as soon as you take a bite, half of it drops out all over your
Yeah,
fingers.
but I actually am more jelly than peanut butter on a
Yeah.
PB&J.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get to the point where the peanut butter is like, you know, overtaking
Thick.
my mouth.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, because the jelly kind of breaks it up. So it has to be enough of a ratio that the jelly kind of emulsifies the peanut butter, if you would. Mm-hmm. It's a process. It's definitely a process.
So I thought about something that we could do on this podcast that I think might be funny. Would be to like write letters to the editors of magazines,
All right.
or like letters to like certain types of magazines to try to get published in the magazine, like funny fake letters,
Wow.
and read our
letters
letter
and the
off-
responses.
and then if we can get responses, then read the responses.
Well, we're gonna have to do some homework on that for sure.
Yeah, certainly. But I just thought about it as an idea
Yeah,
that
write that down.
might
That's
be
a good
funny.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
like,
the first one we should write should be to like Hershey. You know, like they have a magazine. Is there like a Hershey magazine?
no, but they have a website.
A website, yeah. We should write into them and be like, hey, we're doing a podcast. We want to do a cutting of your products. Will you send us a bunch of free products?
They'll be like, how many people follow you? Well, nobody yet, but
Tune in.
right, we'll get back to you in a year.
They're going to listen to like our first 2 podcasts and be like, no.
Yeah, no, we don't want to be associated with you fucks at all.
freaks. Yeah.
Oh
That's
man,
pretty much what's going to happen.
that's funny.
Exactly.
But I think that'd be fun. Like we could like write letters to Cosmopolitan and
Yeah.
like Men's Health, and
Yeah, Men's Health would be funny.
and just write like these funny fucking letters.
Yeah, yeah.
Read them online and hopefully, like you say, get responses.
Like when I was a kid, there was like a big joke going around that if you ate your own jizz, you would like get more pumped. You know what I
Really?
mean? Yeah, like when I was in college, it's like, you know, there was a whole thing. I think there was a big bodybuilder that either said it or like was joking around about it, but it kind of got viral. Like before things were viral, it kind of got underground viral, and people were like, "Oh yeah, this guy eats his own spooge, and like that's how he's so jacked or whatever."
That's
it's like
fucking
mad protein
hilarious.
or whatever.
So, what was it like when you tried it?
That's good. That's good. No, I didn't try it. I didn't. But I had a a roommate once that tried to convince me that he did it, and he had me going for like 2 weeks till before he was like, "Dude, I never did it. I just fucking went." Like,
That's fucking disgusting.
I was like, "You're disgusting. Please don't touch me."
Yeah, right.
He's like, "No, man, I never."
Dude, I'm
did
done
it.
borrowing your toothbrush.
Oh God, no. Oh jeez, that's disgusting.
Do you brush for a full 2 minutes?
Well, I have the what do you call that? The power one with the rotating head.
The
Oral B or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I by the time I get through everything, I guess it's about 2 minutes to do a full cycle. Because with that thing, it's not like you're scrubbing back and forth, just generalizing. You actually just throw it against your
and it spins
and
like the
it
dentist.
does all the work for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think I'll ever go back. It's amazing. I mean, I feel like every time I use it, I'm gone to the dentist.
Really?
Oh my God, dude, it's so worth the money. I mean, I'd buy it again.
I'd probably definitely go 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. But if you ever put a timer on and like brushed while you were going, 2 minutes is a long fucking time.
Well, actually, I heard a stat once that you're supposed to brush for like over 5 minutes with a traditional toothbrush.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I can't remember where I heard that. Like a typical adult should brush for at least 5 minutes.
Dude, you'll wear the enamel right off the fucking teeth.
You can't wear the enamel off your teeth, dude.
I don't know. Do you floss?
No way. Yeah.
Yeah, I floss too.
You got to. If you don't, you get that stank breath. You know what I mean? Like it builds up in between your teeth.
Yeah, no, I floss, so I don't fucking know.
It's
I keep those like little floss
sticks
at my desk, so even after I eat,
you use them.
Get in there, yeah.
Yeah, we keep those too. I like them better than the traditional floss. Traditional floss, you get all over your fingers. It's just gross.
Yeah, but I think traditional floss is actually better.
Yeah.
At doing the job.
Do you use Glide?
Astro.
That's what I was getting
Glide,
at.
yeah. The
Teflon coated one.
Yeah.
You shouldn't use that. It's so bad for you.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude. Fluorocarbons are horrible. You should watch the Netflix documentary, The Devil We Know.
No, see, here's the thing. I watched a Netflix documentary called something, I don't remember. But it was about like food and whatever.
Yeah.
I honestly wanted to kill myself when I was done. It scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, dude, those documentaries make you want to crawl up in a hole.
Yeah, I had to go right out and get a cheeseburger. I was like, fuck, you're not going to hold me down. No, but seriously, I can't watch those things because they scare the fuck out of me.
Yeah, what's your favorite fast food place? Speaking of burgers.
As like an overall,
yeah,
I'd probably have to say the Golden Arches.
The Golden Arches. See, I used to be a fan.
But I like different things from different ones.
But their burgers got so small now. I just feel
eat it. I don't really eat it so much anymore, so I wouldn't know that there's a difference. But I mean, growing up, I remember for hockey, you'd be like, hockey, you got to get up at the ass crack of dawn. So we'd get up, we'd have Mickey D's beforehand, we'd stop and get like all that shit.
Yeah.
And Mickey D's afterwards. That's so fucking bad for you.
Yeah, it used to be Taco Bell after football for me. My mom would take me there, I'd get like 8-9 tacos and like, churros and all that bullshit. Stuff it. I'd still go home and eat stuff.
I'd stopped eating Taco Bell for a long time because when we were growing up, I found a hair in mine.
Yeah.
It just turned me off. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I tried it one day, and again I was like, this is banging.
Bang.
Yeah, so I had it again, like back in the saddle now. But
that's kind of what happened to me with Hardee's. Like when I was growing up, I always thought of Hardee's
I got a Hardee's
as
story
like
too.
The second rate place because McDonald's and Burger King were like the top two. But now Hardee's is the best for me.
Really?
Dude, their burgers are huge and banging. Like the sauces and everything they put in there is amazing. Like it's out of control.
Yeah.
It's out of control.
So I suffered from migraines as a kid, throwing up the whole 9. And one time I had Hardee's and got a migraine.
Really?
And I was throwing up all night so bad that I had to my parents had to put a suppository in my ass.
Wow.
Because I couldn't hold anything down. I couldn't hold any medicine down.
Yeah.
And
dude, you have a lot of butt stuff going on in your life.
Yeah, it's where it's at. So I associated the Hardee's with the migraine.
Yeah.
And I was probably 7 or 8. And I don't know if I've eaten Hardee's since.
Wow, you should go.
Really?
Yeah, if you want a good burger. It's the best fast food burger to me. I mean, like, if you want to go to, like, Five Guys Burgers and Fries, they got banging burgers, but it takes, like, 20 minutes to get your meal. Because they cook everything fresh.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're talking traditional fast food, like, you order, roll around the place, they give you a bag, take your money, and you're out, like, Hardee's is the best for that.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely give it a shot. I'm not scared of it anymore. Like growing up, I was like, I'm not eating that because of the head, that migraine that one time. But I would definitely try it again. And I like the Whopper though. The Whopper is fantastic.
See, I have that problem with Burger King. Like
like a bad memory or something.
It's not bad memory. Every time I eat it, they put so much of that liquid smoke in their burgers that I burp that shit up the rest of the day.
Really? I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah, I mean
all of their shit or
burgers. I just go by burgers.
No, I mean like all of their burgers or just the another cup of coffee. I appreciate that.
We have a waitress.
Or
today.
just a certain like a smokehouse burger. I don't know what their names are, but
no, all their burgers, and when you drive by
all their burger
King,
meat.
When you drive by a Burger King, do you smell that in the air?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, that smell is like liquid smoke that cooks off their burgers.
I got nothing bad to say about Burger King.
No, I don't either. I'm not trying to say anything bad, but when I eat
sounded
their
like
burger,
you were.
I burp it up the rest of the day.
Is that a bad thing?
It's too much.
Really?
I mean, when I burp up a Hardee's Frisco burger, I'm like, oh my god, yum yum yum.
You want to get another one?
Yeah. When I burp up, like 4 hours later, when I'm burping up that smoke smell, and the thing is, I'm a cook, so I know what I'm burping up. You know what I mean? Like I know that's liquid smoke.
You're like,
or whatever.
That's a quarter tablespoon of sodium right there.
Exactly, yeah. It's a little overwhelming for me, so I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah, like I said, I have certain things I like about each one of them, but if you're making me pick like a general, hey, what's your favorite fast food place? I think I gotta go McDonald's.
When was the last time you ate at Wendy's?
Probably a year.
Yeah, is it good there? I haven't been there in years.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I say first of all, I don't like that they changed their fries.
Oh really?
They used to have those. You remember like the big, almost like steak fries.
Yeah.
Now they've gone to like this all natural cut fry, which they're good.
Right.
Not as good as they used to be. Certainly not as good as McDonald's or Burger King.
Sure.
The burgers are good. Their chicken nuggets are phenomenal.
Yeah. Have you been to the West Coast and eaten fast food?
I lived in the West Coast.
So what about In-N-Out Burger?
Yeah, it's good.
That's a banger.
I don't know if it's worth all that hype, but it's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. What about Whataburger?
Yeah, love Whataburger.
Those are bangers.
And I like Jack in the Box. Actually, is phenomenal.
I've heard that from a couple people, but you know which one I hate?
Hate's a strong word. I like Sonic.
Sonic's burgers are like shoe leather, dude.
I actually don't know if I've had a burger from there in a long time.
Yeah.
But
I stopped once in the past year or so, and I was like, I'll never do this again. It was so bad.
No, I haven't been to a Sonic in a long, long time.
But Whataburger, I would love that shit in my hair. Like, it was so good.
I think they actually do make shampoo. But no, their burgers are really, really good.
Yeah.
But
what about fries? Who has the
fries?
best fries? McDonald's, I think, are still the best fries.
The best.
Like, I still stop at McDonald's and just grab large fries here and there.
Yeah, I think McDonald's has great fries. But Burger King has great fries, too. I like their fries.
I haven't had them in so long. I have to stop and try. Just because you keep harping on Burger King, so I'm gonna.
It's worth it, man. I'm telling you, it's worth the burp.
Yeah, it's worth the burp. You know what I used to get at Burger King was their chicken sandwich. Before Chick-fil-A like blew up, like you went to McDonald's or Burger King to get a fried chicken sandwich. You know what I mean? So they used to have this chicken sub that was like 5 inches long.
Yes, I remember that.
And it was like a chicken patty.
Yes.
With mayonnaise and like
lettuce.
Dude, that was a fucking banger.
Yeah,
I don't know what they did with it, but man, I scarfed up maybe 100 of those when I was a kid. Like,
so I used to get, after baseball practice as a kid, it was right next to the Burger King, which is now Royal Farms, over on Queen Street and Leader Heights Road.
I know exactly where you're at.
And there was a baseball field back there that I used to have, Little League. And I used to get 2 cheeseburgers, fries, and nuggets after practice every day.
2 cheeseburgers, fries, and nuggets.
It was the best.
That's like 2,000 calories right
dude,
there.
Are you kidding me? 2,000 calories like per fucking burger.
No, they're like $900 happy. Or from what I understand, it's about 950 calories per meal. So if you get like a burger, fries, and a soda, that's like 1,000 calories.
Oh, yeah, dude, easily 2,000 to 3,000 calories I was getting after practice. But you could eat that shit. No, I probably just burn.
No, yeah, when you're a kid, you're growing too, so you can eat 5,000 calories a day.
And it's gone.
You're good.
It's gone. Yeah,
if I did that right now,
you'd throw on 2-3 pounds.
I'd have to like lift my gut away to take a piss. Like,
right.
Like, are you down there, Twinkie?
Speaking of Twinkies.
Are you wet? Are you moist?
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, so I would definitely say those are. I do not like sloppy joes.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
it's funny because I prefer like pulled pork sandwiches. If you're gonna do the whole barbecue thing.
listen, let's not go into pork.
Brisket.
This is a kosher podcast.
That's true. So let's say brisket. I like pulled like brisket, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But yeah, sloppy joes, if they're not done perfect,
I
and
just
even when
never-
they are, it just makes everything so soggy and.
Don't you wonder like where names came from? Like who was Joe?
Some asshole that was like
Like some homeless guy that was. They're like, we're gonna name this after Joe, the homeless guy in the corner.
It's either that or a chef. He might have been like a football player. Like our local high school football player Joe is so awesome, and all he eats are these barbecue sandwiches. So we're gonna name.
Is that what it is? It's barbecue. Sloppy joes are barbecue.
Yeah, it's basically
It's
like
ground
It's ground
beef.
beef, like in a barbecue sauce, like a tomato sauce with like barbecue seasonings.
I haven't had honestly. I probably haven't had a sloppy Joe in 25 years.
It's so funny because you're like, there's another Jew I know, Adam Sandler, and he loves sloppy joes.
That's not to say I wouldn't like him now, but just I didn't like him. Do you know him?
No,
Oh.
I know he loves them. He sings songs about them and shit.
Yeah, sloppy Joe.
If I knew him, I'd have him on the podcast.
Yeah, I definitely
Get rid of
would,
this
too.
Jew, get the other one in here.
Yeah, so I haven't had one in 25 years, so
Yeah.
I can't say I just didn't like him, which is why I didn't have him. But
No, yeah, I hear you, man. And you know what? It's all about experience too. When you're a kid, like half the stuff we talked about, it's like, well, when I was a kid, this happened, or there was a thing in my food, or whatever, and that kind of ruined shit for a long time. Like I remember there was a fast food restaurant called Rex, or T-Rex, or something like that. You remember it? It was like where across from the old Blockbuster, it had like a dinosaur on the front.
Makes sense.
As the motto. I can't remember exactly what it was called. I've looked it up like 3 times and I keep forgetting.
What is it like? T-Rex fast food will destroy your asshole.
Well, what happened was, like, my parents were out of town. I was staying with my aunt. They took me there to get fast food. I ate that, and then I woke up in the middle of the night throwing up, and like threw up all over like my aunt's floor. Like got shit on the door. It was so embarrassing. Like I just wanted to kill myself. You know what I mean? Like it was terrible. And I remember crying on the phone to my mom, like, I just want to go home. And, like, people were like, why are you crying? Don't be a little bitch. And, like, that whole experience, like, I never ate it. I couldn't walk in that Rex again. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't even, now it's gone. So, obviously, I wasn't the only one this happened to. But it like, ruined that experience so much for me that, like, for years after that, I had, like, PTSD about it. Like, it was crazy. It was out of control, yeah. I mean, but that's how it works.
I never heard of that. Where was the old Blockbuster?
Blockbuster
on Queen Street.
On Queen Street, yeah.
By where?
Across from the McDonald's.
Like
you're turning to go to the movies.
That's what I thought. On the left-hand side. Yeah.
It was terrible. It petrifies me to this day to think about that. But like that's
the same experience I had with the Hardee's I was talking about.
I understand.
Like,
I get it. Yeah.
threw it all, but I gotta get a suppository. Speaking of little bitch.
It's suppositories, man. My parents were like, "Fuck the suppository. Let's get this guy a fucking enema."
Yeah.
Every time my stomach was upset, they were like, I remember one time we were driving back from New York. Like I was maybe 7 years old, 8, and I had to go to the bathroom, but I didn't go because it was like public places, whatever. I can't remember exactly.
Why, you have like a public place, shitting in public place phobia?
No,
me neither.
No, I'll shit in the back in the woods.
Now, do you like hover or you sit?
No, I sit.
Yeah.
I wipe and I sit.
Yeah, you gotta wipe it all down.
I can't. I'm too big, dude. I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
Like trying to hover is like fucking doing like full out squats. Like if I did that every time I took a dump, I'd be huge. I probably should start doing that. I probably build nice quads up and stuff. I'd look amazing.
Yeah,
you know
that's why they call it squats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Take a squat.
Yeah.
But I remember coming back. I didn't go to the bathroom. I got constipated. And, like I couldn't go. My stomach was upset. I was sweating. I was crying. Whatever. My parents were like, "Whoop!" Shoved that in up my ass. Yeah, cleaned me out. I guess
technically
that
out.
Yeah,
was done because of no shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they love that. But I don't understand why. It's always about...
Wait, so that makes it come out?
I guess that's the whole point of it, right?
An enema?
An enema, yeah. If you're, like, constipated, like, it's like a anal douche.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be a douche because a douche cleans. So it would be like an anal destroyer.
Yeah, it just unclogs you, I guess. It's like a plunger. Like, you know, like, pulls everything down, I guess.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, flush me out. As soon as
we should do one of those on the podcast. Yeah.
Are you going to be the subject?
Whatever, I don't care.
Okay.
You have to clean it up, though.
It always ends up in butt stuff on this show.
It's
I don't
funny.
know about us. I don't know about these two guys.
Maybe we do have a theme.
Anal fetish.
Instead of just talking randomly, we have a theme.
Talking about butt stuff all day. Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Oh man. But anyway, so this it's traumatic things in life that drive you away from things, but it's also traumatic life it's things in life that pull you to things.
Yeah.
You know, like there's plenty of cases where something happened, and because I didn't do that anymore, I found something else to fulfill that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's all comes full circle. And then 20 years later, you find yourself like, well, maybe I'll try it again.
Did you ever have a moment? Did you eat all the food? Did you try anything growing up, or were you picky?
I was pretty open. I mean, like,
because I was picky as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever
I
have
didn't have that option.
Did you ever have a moment where you had to stay at the dinner table to finish your food? Like they were like, you're not fucking leaving this table until you finish all your meal.
No.
Yeah, I had a few of those. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Because
it's like
you ain't, like, at least with my parents, like, there was no way they would let me get up.
Yeah.
And I had to finish that shit.
Yeah.
And
you couldn't get like another portion of the stuff you liked.
I'll give you an example. We had, when I was growing up, once swordfish.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. No.
High class.
It wasn't nice. And I had to sit there and finish that whole fucking thing.
Really?
Yeah. I do. You remember my dog Fluffy?
Yeah, I remember Fluffy.
I used to give that dog so much food. Yeah, like sneak that shit, like distract my mom over here, and then like whoop, slide that under the table. Yeah.
That's so crazy. I mean, I remember you being like a sub guy. Like every time
Love
we were
sub.
together, you were like, "I went to Subway," or "Let's go to Subway," or "Let's get this new sub place."
Vito's, man.
Yeah, Vito's subs. I don't know how many times I went to Vito's with you and your dad.
Yeah.
Like met my parents there and shit.
Dude, I've gotten the same thing at Vito's my entire life.
What is it?
A tuna boat, lettuce only.
I should have known that. Like,
My entire, literally,
that's
I
so
don't
funny.
get. I mean, French fries, but I don't get anything else there.
You know what I get at Vito's? I always get the same thing too. I get like a 12-pack of wings, like because they do them like without the sauce, and then you dip the sauce in, and they're banging. If you have ever had their breaded wings, they're amazing.
No, I only have their tuna boats.
Listen, I'm telling you, you gotta try it. And then I get the ricotta pizza with fresh sliced tomato on top.
Do you know I'm going this entire year without pizza? Did I tell you this?
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, I'm trying it.
I keep trying to order pizza, so it's here, like in your face. When
That's
we're doing
nice
this,
of you.
just to be a dick.
Listen, I probably have pizza once a week or once every 10 days or 2 weeks.
Easily, yeah.
I'm fucking struggling, but
It's gotta be tough.
It's tough, but I'm going strong right now.
You got to be dedicated if you want.
When I was a junior in high school, I did a year with, or no, I was a sophomore in high school. I did a year without soda.
Yeah.
Then the next year, I did 2 years without French fries.
Could you do a year without chocolate?
Yes. Chocolate's not my weakness. Pizza is my fucking weakness. Yes.
Chocolate is definitely a weakness of mine.
No, it's not. I could go the rest of my life without chocolate.
What about a year without drinking any alcohol?
No problem.
No problem. Yeah.
Yep.
I think I could do that too. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, my biggest problem is pizza.
Pizza. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about bread in general? Like subs.
I could do it. That's the first one that I'd be like, ooh, that I could have some issues with that. Certainly not like pizza, but definitely not like chocolate either.
Yeah,
like chocolate, I could just no problem.
Get down with.
Pizza, oh, it's hurting right now. A sub is like somewhere in between.
That's interesting.
And bread.
So what if you find yourself like on a business retreat?
Sure.
And you haven't eaten all day, and all they got is pizza.
You mean within the next year?
Yeah, like next month, like your company's like, yeah, we're sending you out for some training in bumfuck Egypt. You know, there's not a restaurant around. You're gonna have food. Don't worry about it. You'll be all right. You get there. It's like halfway through the day. You didn't get a chance to eat breakfast because they had you in, you know, all kinds of seminars and like, you know, learning apparatus. And then you get to the point where they're like, we finally got food, and there's like 15 cases of pizza there with all kinds of toppings, flavors, whatever you can imagine, like your favorite thing. Like, are you gonna be like, no?
Okay, so here's the thing. I could play along with your little hypothetical fucking La La Land. However, I would say that as a diabetic,
Where you have all your stuff.
Yeah, they're fine. But there's no way I'm not getting a meal before dinner time.
Right. So the pizza's the meal. It's there.
Right, but you said you didn't get breakfast. You didn't get
whatever you did. Okay, fine. They gave you a Twinkie,
Yeah,
and it was moist. So you're pretty decently content.
So you're saying
the only thing you have there that night is pizza, and like there's no other restaurants and stuff for you to like go to at the moment, whatever. Like,
let's see.
You gotta make a decision here.
Do I get food the next day?
Yeah, you gotta eat.
The next day, do I get food?
It might be pizza.
Nah, that's fucking bullshit. I'm leaving the retreat. I retired.
All right, so like, let's just put it this way: your life depends on it. You got to eat the pizza.
Oh, I mean, my life depends on it. Give me fucking 2 large pies and we're good to go.
Now, what if the pizza has anchovies all over it?
No fucking way.
Your life depends on it.
I'd rather take an enema in front of the entire work crew.
It's all they. That's all. You go to the retreat. That's all they got is pizza.
Well, enemas and pizza.
The whole time, and it's very moist.
No, so all they have is anchovy pizza.
Anchovy pizza all day.
Nah, I'm not eating for
You're
days.
just gonna die. You think it's cool?
I guess I'm
That's what I
dying.
gotta do.
Do I have water?
It's anchovy water.
You're fucking bullshit. I'm not. Then I'm fucked because I'm dead. I'm not eating anchovies.
Game
You like
over.
anchovies?
Yeah, I eat some anchovies.
You're a nasty fuck, huh?
I mean, have you ever had like real Italian Caesar dressing on a real Italian Caesar salad with like fresh sliced anchovies on top?
Listen,
like,
dude.
nice?
When I found out Caesar dressing is made from anchovies, I stopped eating Caesar dressing.
Really?
Yeah. It just grosses me out because then I can start I'm like, going to taste fishy. Like I could taste it then after I
taste it
found out
in the
about it.
background,
I used to love Caesar salads.
Well, see, this is like part of being Greek. Like when I was a kid, they would take me to Greece, and we ate fish that came straight off the boat. Like literally, we would go in the morning to like these restaurants, and you would see like the fishermen coming in, and like the waiter would walk out to like the boat and grab like a tray of fish, bring it back to the back, cook it, and bring it out to us.
See, I was just talking to my cousin today. Actually, it's funny you say that. And she got some like raw fish last night for dinner, and I'm like, that's like fucking disgusting.
You want to eat sushi?
I only started a little bit ago, and I really only eat avocado
stuff.
rolls. It's not even real
You don't even
sushi,
get
and
the
I don't like the
tempura?
fucking seaweed.
Yeah, you haven't tried like any of the tempura stuff?
Yeah, a
It's
couple
cooked.
times here. And
It's
there. I like
not very
wasabi.
fishy.
I like wasabi, so that
Real wasabi or like the horseradish wasabi? What's the difference?
I didn't know there was a
Yeah,
difference.
there's a
What's the
difference.
difference?
The difference is it's very expensive, the real wasabi, so you've probably only ever seen like the green horseradish.
Yeah,
wasabi.
but does it taste the same, give or take?
It's a little different.
I like spicy, like that type. Like when I have shrimp cocktail, I love spicy cocktail sauce.
I bet you love the
Tail.
tail. And it's saucy.
Yeah, so I don't know. I want to try raw fish like that because I want to like raw fish because it's healthy for you.
What about steak tartare?
What's that? Like rare beef?
Yeah, raw beef.
Nah. It's cold, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it depends how it's prepared.
I don't like cold meat.
Yeah. It's got to be tender. Whoever's preparing it has to do it right.
Listen, as picky as I was as a kid, I've grown a little bit more in terms of my palate. So I would try it.
So now you put like ketchup on your chicken tenders.
I always did that. But I might dip them in honey mustard now.
That boom boom sauce.
Yeah, so I definitely, my palate has definitely grown a little bit. So I would definitely try, I want to try raw fish. I would try that steak tartare that you said. I cannot fucks with the anchovies. I just feel like it's too fishy. For someone who's not a
So
huge
what if you're
seafood
on a
person.
deserted island?
Oh, fucking here we go. I'll take the pizza, for Christ's sake.
That's all you got to eat.
Pizza?
No, just anchovies. Like, you're on a deserted island, and the only thing that you can rescue from the plane that you crashed on was like a case of anchovies. And like, you might be able to fish, whatever.
Can I cook them?
I don't know how they're cooked already. Anchovies in a can are cooked and they're pickled.
Yeah, but can I I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. I guess you'd have to just get used to it, right?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I eat them. I put them on a cracker with a little bit of cheese, a little bit of, schmutz in there. And I eat it.
That's disgusting. I seriously just throw up in my mouth a little bit, picturing you doing that.
I love it. It's funny 'cause, have you ever eaten octopus?
I mean, I've eaten calamari, fried calamari.
Calamari, yeah. But what about octopus? Like grilled octopus
No.
off the grill, nice.
No.
Man, that's beautiful.
Nah, but I want to get into that shit because it's
Yeah.
really good for you.
You got to eat it right. Like if you eat it wrong the first time,
You're fucked.
You're gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to a lot of people. Like with octopus, I've had it at restaurants where it's tough and chewy, and I'm like, this is disgusting.
Yeah, see,
Whoever
if I
would
got
eat
that
this
for my
would
first
never eat it
experience,
again.
yeah, exactly. I would
But if
be-
you go to, the right restaurant, and they slow grill it, and it comes out with a nice marks, and it's got a little bit of like the skin has become like kind of crispy, but the inside's tender like a steak. That shit is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah,
You're gonna want that every time.
I'd try it, but listen, if I'm coming over and you're cooking a meal, don't cook that shit because I
Into
will
it.
offend you.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, I don't know about that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep it pretty simple. Meals I've had here is usually like broiled fish, like done well or whatever.
But that's even could be hit or miss with me because I'm not a huge seafood person.
No, I know. That's why when I cook fish, I never let it like I season it. I use a lot of dill. I use a lot of seasonings. I kind of cover up any kind of fishy taste, and then I cook it through so that any kind of fishiness is kind of eliminated.
Gone.
Yeah, because I know people are sensitive to that. Like that's
Yeah.
obvious to me. That's why I don't use, fresh fish. In a lot of cases, are tough to work with because if you don't cook them right away, they sit for a day or two, and then there's
They get fishy, right?
They get fishy, yeah. Well, I'm a big guy on fresh fish. Like you got to look at the eye. You got to make sure it's not cloudy. You got to make sure.
Really?
It's clean.
That's like next level shit right there.
Well, that's how I grew up. Like when we would go to Greece, I'm telling you, like my dad would take me up to like the counter there.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "This is how you pick the fish. You see that one there? The eye's kind of getting a little cloudy. That's like 3 days old. Get it out of here. That one there though, the eye looks fresh. You know what I mean? That's the one I want." So he'd point to it. The guy would pull that one out, start cleaning it right in front of us, throw it on the fucking grill. Boom.
That's pretty cool.
Beautiful. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, it's like picking a steak. You go to like steakhouse. You ever go to like one of these steakhouses? They got like the steaks there in the front.
Yeah, in the front cat. Yeah.
Look, what are you looking for there?
I have no idea.
So you're looking for a nice red steak with decent marbling, but you don't want any like chunks of gristle in there. You just want the marbling to go through, so like
But isn't the marbling fat, right? That's the fat.
Yeah, but
I don't like fatty, chewy steak.
Yeah, but there's a difference between gristle and like fat because when you cook the marbling actually shrinks and like gets tender, and you can't even taste it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then there's gristle, which is like big chunks of fat. Like that's gonna shrink a little bit, but if you try to eat that, it's gonna be chewy, gooey.
Right, I don't like that shit.
You don't want that.
What's your favorite type of steak?
I mean, it depends on like how it is, but like a ribeye.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, have you ever had like a really well done prime rib?
Dude, like I only get tuna boats at Vito's. I only eat filet mignon.
Yeah. Well, I love filet mignons.
I just...
How do you get it cooked?
So I used to get it medium.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older now, I like it medium well. Which I know is kind of fucking disgusting. People that love steaks are like, medium well, like that. You just ruined it.
Yeah.
I kind of like a little bit of that crunch to it.
Well, that's why I like it to be like medium rare, but they have to have it on a hot enough grill or charbroiler. If it's hot enough to charbroiler, they could put it on. It'll like get it crispy on the outside and keep it medium rare on the inside. And when I say medium rare, it's not like you're cutting through it like you're sawing through it. Like it's like Roost Chris like pink, but like you could see the striations in the meat and it cuts like butter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I remember I went to Roost Chris one time. I ordered medium rare. They brought that thing out. I was cutting with a butter knife.
Oh, it's my favorite steakhouse.
Beautiful.
Hands down.
Unbelievable.
My favorite steakhouse.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you pay for what you get, but it's worth it. Every penny. For sure.
100%.
For sure. But I mean, like if you go there and get a ribeye, you got to get a good ribeye too.
Yeah. I've never eaten another steak. No, I can't say never.
Well, you're loyal.
But not that I would even recollect
Yeah.
to a filet. Like, I just love fillets.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's what I get at the grocery store when I cook it myself. If we ever go to a restaurant and there's like, if we're going for steaks, I get a filet.
Have you ever eaten venison, like backstrap?
No. Venison is deer, right?
Yeah, it's basically the filet mignon of deer.
I want to try deer, but I've never experienced it.
Yeah, it's good, man.
That's what I hear.
If you get it done right, like what I do is I get my backstrap, I clean the silver off, and then I put a little curry on top, and I kind of rub that in. And the curry, the yellow curry, kind of, it doesn't mask as much as it just kind of complements the gaminess, so you don't taste it, because deer is much more gamey. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like...
what does that
like
mean,
goat.
gamey?
Have you ever eaten goat?
No.
Have you ever eaten...
Dude, I don't eat raw fish. Do
Order
you think I'm
lamb.
eating goat?
You gotta eat goat.
I've had
goat's a
lamb
little-
once. I didn't like it.
Really?
And I had it in New Zealand.
Do you have New Zealand lambs are the big ones. They don't have a good flavor. You need a good firstling, a young lamb, the smaller one. Because once they get big, they get that gamey taste. You know that taste you had, that gaminess? I don't explain it. The New Zealand lamb that you ate, was it gamey? Was it like
I couldn't even tell you.
kind of like really like strong tasting?
It just didn't taste right to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible.
Yeah, see,
It's not something. It's just like,
see, in the lamb game, there's a lot of rules. There's a lot of rules.
Jesus, who
You want young lamb. That's why in the Torah and everything, it's like the firstling You know, God thought that was such a big thing. You know, he got the baby lamb and he sacrificed it, right?
Yeah.
What was it Cain and Abel, right? The story of Cain and Abel. So he got the first lamb. Why was that such a big deal? Because when you eat the lamb, you want the firstling. Like, that's the best flavor. That's the best taste. You know
Have you ever had a veal? I'm sure you have.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I had it once. I loved it until I found out it was a baby cow.
Yeah,
I haven't
but
eaten it
it's
since.
so tender and it's so sweet of a meat, right? That's the same thing with a lamb. Same exact
I'm
thing.
willing to try it again. It's just like one of those things, you know, like it's just, you got your go-to shit.
Yeah.
And you know, because if you go to a restaurant and you're like, oh, I want to try something tonight. I want to, and you don't like it.
Yeah.
Now you're either wasting your money or you're complaining. I don't like to complain. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want to experiment when you're throwing dimes at it.
You know, if you're going to go to the right restaurant, you know, you're not taking that much of a chance. You know what I mean? Like, if you go to, let's say you go to a high-end restaurant that does good business and you know the people, the chef there, he's kind of well-known, whatever, and you order brisket, you're going to get a nice tender brisket. But if you go to, like, the copycat restaurant down the street that's trying to just imitate what they're doing, but they don't have the right chef and it's not doing right, you might get a hockey puck.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't like to, you know, experiment that much when I'm out. So all this shit that I'm sure is probably good, I don't try it.
Yeah.
It'd be something like I'd say like, let's try it at your place or my place. Like we'll cook it.
We'll get it cooking. If not, we'll order pizza.
Exactly. Just not in 2019.
Not with anchovies.
Yeah, and not this year.
That's funny. So are you gonna celebrate like the turning of the year with a piece of pie?
Yeah, I think on New Year's Eve I'm gonna get dirty.
Like a big pizza.
Like 8 of them, and
like
just
rub it in your hair.
Yeah, it's gonna get dirty.
But
to be honest with you, and this is pathetic to say, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough. I'm not kidding. It's tough. But you know, there's for no other reason. It's not like I eat so much pizza that I'm trying to be healthy about it, because I don't.
Yeah.
I just want to see if I'm mentally strong enough to do it, and I can just tell you right now,
it's gonna be tough.
It's fucking tough.
That's kind of how I am with chocolate. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't have it in the house, I'll get cravings, but it's not like whatever. I'll eat some almonds. I'll eat a piece of fruit. I'll get over it. You know what I mean? But if it's in the house,
You gotta eat it.
oh my fucking God, dude! Like like I can't walk by it without it looking at me. Like, I feel like, oh my gosh, it's chocolate. I'm gonna eat it right now.
I feel like for me, like Friday night after a long week, I don't feel like cooking.
Yeah.
That's when I just get a pizza.
Yeah.
And it's like, now I'm not. It's like, dude, it's like Friday night's
There's plenty of days where I have meetings all day, and like one thing leads to another, and I come home and I got nothing prepared. I don't want to cook anything. Like, you know, my wife had to work all day. We both get home. We look at each other. It's like Chinese
pizza.
or a pizza. Like one or the other. Either General Tso's chicken and some, you know.
And I'm not a Chinese food fan.
Really?
I don't like it that much.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You're like the least Jewish person.
100%. Yeah. Like my dad.
Like, we made the claim in the first episode that you were the most Jewish person.
Yeah. Quite the opposite.
So
the only
funny.
thing that you would know is that I'm circumcised and I had a bar mitzvah.
I'm circumcised too.
Other than that, I don't like Chinese food. Yeah, it's not that I hate it, but like, I'm just not a huge fan.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
For me, Chinese would be as tough to like quit as your pizza.
Really?
I eat it like once a week, once every 2 weeks, like on the regs, dude.
Wow.
I love it. It's just so easy and cheap. Like, I can go to a local Chinese restaurant that I know is good around here and have lunch and like get a banging lunch for like the two of us.
Yeah, for like $2.99.
Like $19.
Yeah, what does that say about the quality of food?
If I go to Hardee's, it costs me $22 for two like
meals.
Burgers. Yeah, burgers, fries, and sodas, whatever. So that's
Soda
like
pop.
$22. But I can go to like a Chinese restaurant, spend $22 and get like dumplings, General Tso's chicken, rice, a cup of soup, and she can get her meal with her cup of soup and all that. It's like a big banging meal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's banana. Actually, I do love me some Chinese donuts though.
Chinese donuts.
The best.
You mean like what are Chinese
They're like
donuts?
little puffs with like all that sugar on them.
Oh yeah, like Italian. Like, who has those right now? Like
They sell them at Giant at that.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to Smoky Bones?
No.
They have
Bless you.
donuts. They have donuts in a bag that are kind of like that. They're like, they give them to you in a brown paper bag. They're fresh out of the fryer, and they just dump like cinnamon sugar all over them. They give you like 3 dippings. It's like
unfucking
chocolate.
believable.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
You ever been to Mr. Sticky's?
No.
Oh my.
It's a Mr. Stinky's.
Yeah, it sounds like an enema, but no, it's this place out on I think it's Centerville Road.
Oh wow, so it's local.
Oh, it's
Nice.
local.
Yeah.
They're like sticky buns on fucking steroids.
I don't want to find out about it.
Dude, they have a stand at the fair, and we talked about doing an episode at the fair this year. Well, maybe we'll get you Mr. Stickies, and you can describe it on the mic.
On there, yeah.
It's because it's unbelievable. Unfucking believable.
That's like in Philadelphia they have those donut shops. I can't remember what they're called now. All they sell is donuts and like a chicken sandwich. But man, their chicken
So
sandwich
random.
is banging. First of all, it's like unbelievable, and their donuts are like out of this world.
Wow.
Have you ever had a dangerously delicious pie?
No.
Oh my lord.
Is that like the name of the?
It's a small franchise, maybe like 2 or 3 stores.
Okay.
They have one in DC, one in Baltimore, one somewhere else. But the one in Baltimore is like down in Canton.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I mean, like it's the most unbelievable pie experience you'll have in your life.
No shit.
Like seriously, it'll give you a seizure because there's so much sugar in it. But it's fucking bang.
I mean, all the foods we've talked about. Obviously, this is a food episode because every food we talked about though will kill me as a diabetic. Like
you got to carry your case, man.
That's absolutely. I'd have to walk around with a needle hanging out of me. But you don't hear anybody bragging about salads. Right, like I had the fucking best lima beans last
New Yorkers. Night. Yeah, if you know some New Yorkers, they're like, "Do you ever go to that chopped salad place on the corner? Oh my god, I could eat that all day." You're like,
no, you couldn't.
You fuck off. Just it's a salad.
You fucking right.
Let me get you a good filet mignon topped off with a
slice
with a
of
donut,
pizza,
a piece of pie,
anchovy pizza. That's
and then
disgusting.
New York has good pizza though. Like there's some decent pizza places.
I told you this in an episode past, I think, but I've never met a slice of pizza I did not like.
Yeah, no, we had.
I don't care where the fuck it's from.
I've said I've never met one that I hated, but I've had a couple that I was like, I'm not getting that again. And then I've had some that pleasantly surprised me. Like, have you had a Little Caesars pizza lately?
Fantastic.
Banging.
No, it's fantastic.
Have you had their pretzel pizza?
No, but I heard they just brought it back out.
Oh my lord, I had one the other day. I about came in my pants.
Holy shit.
I need to get more of this.
I've heard that it was amazing, but
I might go get one right now.
I'll tell you right. Red Baron from the freezer section.
Yeah, good.
Phenomenal.
Better than DiGiorno?
I don't know if I've had DiGiorno before.
Yeah.
It's not delivery.
What about Elio's?
Yeah, I still love Elio's pizza.
I still buy them, dude. I
really?
go to the BJ's by the case.
No shit.
And then what I do is I get the long sticks of pepperonis.
Yeah.
I slice my pepperonis off and I throw them on, and I throw them in the
enhanced
oven.
Elio's.
Oh my
Elio's
Lord.
2.0.
Banger.
No shit.
Yeah,
that's pretty fucking sweet.
You get to pick your stuff. Anyways, dude, I'm getting hungry. So
yeah, really, right? We should probably wrap this one up.
An episode.
Yeah,
thanks for tuning in. Don't forget our Instagram. Check it out.
Yeah, the matzo ball soup.
Follow us. We're going to be posting pictures of me putting pizzas in front of Jeremy's face and seeing if he can.
Seeing how strong I am, right? All right. Well, I guess I'll see you next week.
All right, man. See you next week. Later.
Look, I am.